It's Dave Johan once again for Punch Out Boxing. Pleased to be joined by Jack Bateson, who has got some fight news coming up, to be fair. Challenging for, well, I don't want to steal your thunder, Jack. You go for it. Announce your big fight.
Yeah, no, yeah, well, good to see you again, Dave. And
Likewise.
big fight coming up, big fight coming up for the WBO and IBF European titles against Danny Quartermain. So yeah, mate, I'm buzzing for it, and I'm working hard in the gym to make sure I'm ready.
I mean, what a fight. I mean, you're fighting another unbeaten prospect, something that you're used to be fair. Um,
Yes.
so and I suppose as well, looking at your records and so on and so forth. It's fair to say as well, this is his toughest test. I mean, what do you know about the about Danny Quartermain? What have you seen of him so far in his fight?
Um, to be honest with you, if you'd have asked me 4 5 months ago who he is, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. But obviously he's picked up them two titles. He's been well promoted by GBM, and yeah, no, I think it's a brilliant fight for myself. As you said, I'm up at super featherweight now. I don't know how I was campaigning at super bantamweight, killing myself to make the weight. And this is where you'll see the best of me. And I think it's a brilliant fight for myself to, show what I'm capable of and get some titles back around my shoulders.
Yeah, I mean, let's break it down as well. Since the defeat to you know the world champion that is Shabazz Masood, you've gone on, you've
Yes.
victories up. You've said as well that the weight was an issue. Is it easier now making weight, Jack? Being totally honest, like getting to super featherweight, is it? I wouldn't say it's like shelling peas, but it's a lot easier, I suppose, than bringing yourself down to super bantam
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's never easy and it should never be easy, but I'm able to have camps now where I'm focusing on performance camps and bringing the best out of myself. Whereas the camps at Super Bantamweight were just to make the weight, and I was just exhausting myself before I even got in the ring. Whereas now I'm having performance camps and I'm sparring better, training better, and I'm able to manage my body and my time much better around it.
I mean, I've noticed as well you were having a few rounds with Zelfa Barrett. How's that been going? You know, training alongside Zelfa.
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant. I've known Zell for a long time. We've always got good rounds in. Um, he's a top operator. So if me mixing it with someone like Zelfa, it's great because on the night, I don't see anyone being as sharp as Zelfa. And when I come up against Danny, I'll be that much percentage better, which I need to be on the night.
It's fair to say as well on this one, you are the away fighter, aren't you, Jack? Being totally honest,
I
when
am.
UBM. However, at the same time as well, if you do pull off the victory, two belts, and you're going to be catapulted into not just the European rankings, but the world rankings as well. So this is such a big card. Does it bother you being the away fighter?
Not all. It's nice because it takes a bit of pressure off me. I know he was trying to shift a bit of the pressure on me, saying sort of he's the underdog. So he knows he's up against a good fighter in myself. But I've been in the fire. I've been ranked number 8 or 9 with the WBA at super bantamweight before. So I need to be back in the world rankings now, and winning these titles will put me back in the rankings and back on the trajectory which I need to be on, towards the world titles.
I mean, looking at the world levels as well, there's like people like Lee Wood still haven't decided what his next moves are. And I know
Yes.
yourself, when if we cast our minds back a few years ago when you were fighting on matchroom cards and, I think Queensbury card as well, I believe you fought on
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I fought
the
in a couple of
nights.
each.
And now these guys are going to be rivals, Jack, potentially. Like that's how
Yeah.
big these fights are. How does that make you feel, from peers to now, sorry, let's
It,
just rephrase from looking up to them to potentially being peers in the ring now.
yeah, no, you know what? It's brilliant. It's what you dream of. When you work so hard for something and you're seeing these guys, it's just the level you want to be at. And when you are that little bit closer, it does make you feel good. But at the end of the day, I've got to win these to get myself into them sort of to be considered for them sort of fights even. So I've got to be beating guys like Danny if I want to go to the places that I want to be.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. I mean, no doubt you watched Shabazza's fight. I don't know if you watched it over the
Yes.
weeks ago. What did you reckon of those scores? They were a bit wild, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. You know what? I thought he did brilliant. I was very happy for him. Um, Obviously we had a bit of needle and stuff in the build up and for the fight and whatnot, but um, respect where respect is due, and he's gone out there and he's put on a clinical performance against a good fighter in Davis, who I thought it was going to be a tough task for anyone to beat Davis. So, and Shabazz doing it in the fashion he did was brilliant to see. Made me feel a lot better about myself, for sure, watching it. And yeah, no, I'm chuffed for him. I'm chuffed for him. I thought the scores were very, very up in the air. I didn't really have Shabazz losing many rounds at all, if any.
And yourself as well in regards to promotional contracts. What's your situation like at the moment? You're not signed with GBM fully, are you? You're doing a show for them. You're still
Yes.
into Matchroom, DAZN. You're managed by your dad, aren't you? I take it.
Yeah, no, I'm managed by Lee Eaton alongside my dad now, so it's the perfect
Ah, good
combination,
stuff.
which is brilliant. It's great to have Lee on board. I've known Lee a long time, and what he does for his fighters, he goes through hurdles for him, and to get me this fight, I mentioned the fight to him. He was like, right, give me 10 minutes, straight on the phone to Izzy, got it made. And he delivers, which is brilliant to see. I am a free agent in terms of promotional agreements, so get this one, and hopefully I'll have some good things lined up for myself. But I've got to win this fight, and it's a must win for myself.
No, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't know how much you saw of the Anto Kakachi fight with your pal Josh Warrington.
Josh,
Yeah,
yeah,
and again, these are again, it's madness, isn't it? Because these are fights that you could potentially be having next year. You know,
yeah, it's nuts.
it's mental, isn't it? So when you look,
Yeah.
is it a case? I mean, Leeds needs that new sort of champion, and you could potentially fulfill that role, can't you, Jack?
Hopefully, yeah. I've been there and thereabouts for a while now. I've had the titles down at super bantamweight, but I'm at that stage in my career. I'm 30 years old. I'm 21 fights deep. I need to push on now, and this sort of win could really escalate me, and I could fill them boots. I sell a load of tickets. Everyone in Leeds gets behind me, so I can hopefully be that guy. So, who knows? End of the year. Like I say, I could have two titles around my shoulders, one either side, and looking at the big names for 2025. So all eyes on the 7th of December, and from there, um, we will see.
Good stuff. Before I let you go, I just need to get some
Yes.
as well. Um, so look, the big one coming up in December, Tyson Fury wants to avenge the loss against Alexander Usyk, December 21st. All eyes will be watching. Hopefully you'll be watching with two strapped
Yeah,
around you as well. How do you see that
yeah.
fight going down? Do you think it's going to be revenge or repeat?
I think it's going to be a repeat, and I think it could even be in better fashion than the last time. Usyk is just a what can I call him? Just such just like a monster of a fighter. Like he's so good. He's so good, and I feel like he's really probably filled into the heavyweight division now. And he studies fighters. He'll have been watching that fight with Fury, and there was things he did wrong, but he'll make sure that next time he doesn't do it wrong and he gets it perfect. I'm sure.
And another one, I said it was the final one, but Riyadh season or Elland Road, where would you rather headline if it was for a world title? The money or your club mate?
That's an interesting one. You know what? I would have to go with Ellen Road because it's what dreams are made of. You know what? Before I die and I look back on my life, it would be lovely to say I headlined at Ellen Road and won a world title.